Good Tuesday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone had a fantastic Tuesday. I'm your host for South Carolina Weather, Justin Peterson. Let's talk about the weather for your Tuesday evening going into your future. So, here's the radar right here. Nothing going on in terms of the state of South Carolina, but as we move our way outward, we do have some flooding condition going on inside Texas. I think that's the main area, mainly inside the San Antonio region, where we're seeing probably the highlight of the U.S. right now, mainly because of flooding. I can't show any videos of it, unfortunately, because I don't want to be caught in any drama or anything like that. But definitely some flash flooding conditions going on. Probably mostly out of the San Antonio region now, but over here just to the west of the Austin region is now where most of the rain is falling at right now. But definitely flash flooding concerns going on throughout this entire area right here. And that even moves over towards New Orleans as well, where flood watches are in effect. And we do have some rain going through portions of Florida, Alabama, and Mississippi, Louisiana as well, receiving some Oklahoma, receiving some showers in the southeastern quadrant of the state. Up here in the Rockies, we do have a storm up here in Montana, and that goes all the way down into Wyoming. Also, some rain up here inside Canada and the Northeast looking nice, and the Mid Atlantic going all the way down towards South Carolina is also looking nice as well. Georgia looking nice. This entire region right here, honestly, this entire region and this vicinity right here is doing actually pretty nice right now. So let's go on. Let's talk about cloud cover. Cloud cover right now seems to be pretty nice. Again, maybe just a couple of scattered light clouds up there in the upstate of South Carolina, the PD region of South Carolina, the upstate of South Carolina, not the upstate, but the Midlands of South Carolina as well, receiving those light clouds as they move through the region. Here's our cloud cover total percentage as you push this forward. Again, it's going to be nice and clear until you get to around like late tonight, where we can start to see some actual cloud cover really start to move in into portions of most of South Carolina. Here's like tomorrow morning, early tomorrow morning, cloud cover will continue. And then even as you move into the 18Z, still cloud cover continuing through. Here's our current temperature: 70 in Columbia, 75 in Charleston, 73 in Georgetown, Myrtle Beach, 70 in Florence, 71 in Sumter, 66 in Rock Hill, 70 inside of Greenville, 71 in Anderson, 73 in Augusta, 73 in Walterboro, and 73 inside of Moncks Corner in Barnwell as well. Here's our low temperatures for tonight. Low temperatures around 64 in Columbia, 71 in Charleston, 72 in Hilton Head Island, 68 in Myrtle Beach, 60 inside Rock Hill, 60 inside of Spartanburg, Greenville, 62 in Anderson, 64 in Aiken, 64 Sumter and Florence, 63 Dillon, 62 Cheraw. Here's our forecast precipitation for the next 24 or so hours. You can see that we do have a threat for some rain to continue as we do around 100th of an inch to a 10th of an inch possible in Hilton Head Island and Georgetown, as well as a 10th of an inch to a quarter of an inch possible in downtown Charleston, and a good 100th of an inch to a 10th of an inch is possible going all the way up to the Summerville, Lincolnville, Ladson regions of South Carolina through the next 24 or so hours. We continue to watch for that. Here's the SPC outlook. That nothing for tonight seems to be, but some thunderstorms are possible just along the coast as we get into tomorrow. And as we get into Thursday, the entire low country of South Carolina and the entire PD region of South Carolina has a threat for thunderstorms on Thursday. And here's excessive rainfall as well. Let's check this out real quick. I don't think actually there's any except for day 5, which we do have a marginal risk of excessive rainfall that's in effect down here for the Hilton Head Island regions and just off the coast of Beaufort. That's pretty much everything in terms for that. Let's check out the models real quick just to see what they say. Let's go to the 18Z right here. We're going to do around 9 o'clock. As you push this forward, you can see that showers and thunderstorms will be off the coast at around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And as we get to around 9, 10 o'clock, you can start to see those showers finally start to push in just a little bit on shore. Georgetown, Beaufort receiving some, and downpours will start to push in around 4, 5, 6 o'clock as well. and these will probably continue all the way through 9, 10 o'clock, maybe even going into around 2 o'clock in the morning. Showers and downpours will still be on shore, and even into like 4 o'clock in the morning, and these will stay along the coastline for a while as well. And you can kind of see it. Almost looks like some lake effect snow if you know what that looks like on radar, where it's just bringing in training rain going into the coastal regions as we go even through the next 48 or so hours. Here's what 2 o'clock p.m. Still seeing showers and storms going into our Thursday. And you can also check for total precipitation as well, see how much rain has fallen. And some of these are saying that up to upwards of 2 to 3 inches are possible in some spots for the next 48 hours. Beaufort could see 2 to 3 inches. But there are some regions like downtown Charleston that may only see around a hundredth of an inch to a tenth of an inch. Up here near Ridgeville, 300th of an inch. Monk's Corner around a 800th of an inch, and then Myrtle Beach maybe 200th of an inch. So again, I think that according to this model, it's going to be kind of isolated, and we'll continue to watch and see what happens. Even though this is not exactly what's going to happen, these are not going to be the exact totals. But one thing that you can check actually to see maybe just something that's made by actual humans that you can check and see if they agree or not. And here it is right here. Not really saying as much, but you can kind of see around a half an inch to an inch possible Charleston. This is from tonight going to around Friday, 8 o'clock p.m. 5/100th of an inch or 5/10ths of an inch to an inch possible in Charleston, 10th of an inch to a quarter of an inch Monk's Corner, maybe even an inch to an inch and a half in Hilton Head Island, 10th of an inch to a quarter of an inch possible Georgetown, Myrtle Beach, and that goes all the way up towards the upstate as well. So this is just from the National Weather Service of Columbia. This is what they think will fall. I'm going all the way through to Friday, 8 o'clock p.m. So that's pretty much that. Let's go and let's talk about the tropics real quick. So here is the tropics right now. The tropics are really kind of dying down, but honestly, I think that they're being just a bit conservative on these things right here. And when I say conservative, I mean like kind of like not as intense as some models were saying. Like some were saying that this would has a 90%. Some models said that this system or this disturbance right here has a 90% chance of forming. I think it's somewhere in the red zone to where they think that this could have a 60 to 90% chance of forming, even though National Hurricane Center only has a 30% chance. Now, some people say that they disagree with this. They think it should be at least an orange, a 40% chance, but it's only a 30. So we're still going to watch this, especially for the coastal regions of Texas and Louisiana. That could potentially be an issue. But here's disturbance 1. Tropical wave moving quickly westward at about 20 miles an hour is producing a large area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms over Hispaniola and portion of the central Caribbean Sea. Some development is possible late this week when the wave slows down over the northwestern Caribbean Sea or early next week over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. Let's see if we can find this right here. If you go to the Atlantic, you can go to right here. Yes, this is a good view right here. You can see with this, you can kind of see what's going on in terms of the tropics. This is just satellite imagery right here. You can see that there goes the area, the 30% chance right there. Over like Hispaniola, definitely providing some shower and thunderstorm activity. So that's what's going on with that. So we're going to go on and move on to the next one. The next one is over kind of like just to the east of the Leeward Islands. Another tropical wave located about 1,000 miles east of the Lesser Antilles is producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Development of this system, if any, is expected to become slow to occur over the next couple of days while it moves west-northwestward at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Environmental conditions are expected to become unfavorable for additional development by the end of the week. Right now, a 10% chance for development over the next 48 hours, but a 10% chance for the next 7 days. And this is what this one looks like. See if I can get it pulled up. Here it is right here. You can see it's this one right here that they're watching for. This entire area right here is what they're watching for some potential development, as it's going to kind of move into this nice area over here where it could potentially develop. Even though I did see in the reading it did say that it would get into an unfavorable environment, so this is likely not to form. But disturbance 3 over here is also something that may form, also may not form, but a third tropical wave over the far eastern Atlantic is also producing disorganized shower activity. Some slow development of the system is possible during the next few days while it moves slowly northwestward at 15 to 10 miles per hour over the eastern tropical Atlantic Ocean. Environmental conditions are expected to become less conducive for development by the end of the week. This system can produce locally heavy rains across portions of the Cabo Verde Islands overnight and on Wednesday. So right now, a 20% chance of development over the next 48 hours, but a 30% chance over the next 7 days. And that's what this one looks like. You can see it right here. This is what it looks like right now. Again, trying to get organized. But right now, they're not too confident. So right now, it does have a 30% chance, so, but it does say that still they're expected to become less conducive for development at the end of the week. So I think the one that we need to be watching with the most, I think that Disturbance 2 and Disturbance 3, I don't really think that they're anything that we're going to have to watch out for. I think Disturbance 1 is going to be the one that, especially over here in Texas and Louisiana, probably going to have to start keeping an eye on, especially as we get into, like, I'd say, like, early next week, maybe even going to late next week, or late this week, I should say. Maybe late next week, but still something that I'd be keeping an eye on. So that's pretty much ends that. Let's talk about the future. So here is the southeast right here. Starting off September 3rd, as we move into September the 4th, you can start to see that shower and thunderstorm activity start to continue on like September the 6th even. And then look at this, just kind of like this wave of moisture being picked up at around like September the 6th and the 7th, jumping probably some heavy rain onto us. And then we get a nice dry period going to around like September the 8th, September the 9th, September the 10th, September the 11th, September the 12th. And then we have a low pressure that's starting to form off the coast of Florida, or off the Big Bend of Florida, on September the 13th. And that will probably bring us some heavy rains, especially along the coastal regions of South Carolina. And there goes the low pressure that we were just watching down here. And right now, it has it as around a tropical depression, weak tropical storm maybe. But we'll continue to watch for that, as that's around like 300 hours out. So we don't know the exact specifics on that yet. So definitely, I think the thing that's right now that I'm watching for South Carolina is over here, September the 7th, 6th, and the 7th. We'll see what that brings. But also on the 13th and the 14th as well, as bringing that heavy rain near the coastal regions, and the resurgence of moisture right after that, going into the 16th and the 17th as well. So that's my thing that I'm watching for right now the most. So while we have that, while we are on stuff about the future, let's go and let's talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Here they go right here. My nana says, hello, Jake. How was school today? School was good. Mr. Anthony says, good evening, JP. Good evening. Ms. Tarver says, good evening. Beautiful day at my house. Love the breeze. We do have a question about wind, so I'll talk about that in a second. My cousin Cheryl says, good evening, weatherman. Hope everything is good. I'm listening. Keep up the good work. Love you, cousin Cheryl. May God continue to bless you. Thank you so much for your comment. And everything is good. And then my cousin Cheryl says, hi, Joseph. Hello. So that's pretty much everything in terms of comments. I do want to talk about this because this was a question that I got. And it talked about why has it been breezy over the past, or I should say for tonight and today as well. So you probably have already felt the breeze today. Even if you just have stepped outside, you definitely have felt a breeze outside. And I can show y'all right now exactly why. And you can see over here, you see that we do have, let me click on Columbia real quick. You can see, I did not mean to click that either, but you can see over here that we do have a low pressure right here. And as you can see the low pressure right here, the center of circulation actually like right here, but it's really like over here somewhere. So that's where like the center of circulation is. But you can also see on the top side, it's bringing winds downward, bringing that nice breezy conditions towards us as well. So very soft winds on the bottom side, but on the top side, it is bringing these very gusty winds, 20 to 30 miles per hour in some regions. And let's see, the highest gust I got at my house today was around 20 miles an hour, so not bad at all. Just a little breeze out there, and that probably will try to die off tonight. You can even see as we go around, here's 9 o'clock right here. As you go over here towards like Charleston, it's only like 7 to 8 miles an hour. You can go to around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Still very gusty on the coastal regions, though I will say that, but not really too much inland. Let's go to around 7 o'clock in the morning, where again, the coastal regions are really the only regions receiving that those gusty conditions. They might try to pick back up, but during the day, winds are more breezier, I should say, or more breezy during the day than they are during the nighttime hours. But that's just that. I just wanted to get that taken care of because we did have a question from that about that. So if you have any more questions about that, you can let me know inside of the audience right now. The audience, you can let me know by leaving a comment right now if you would like. But let's move on over here towards San Antonio. Let's talk about the forecast for over here. Then we'll do Raleigh, and then if that's all the questions that we have tonight, we will be out of here. So here is our San Antonio's forecast for the next 48 or so hours. As you move through tonight, obviously that rain is still continuing. That will be out of your hair though. But then you get like a nice day tomorrow almost. Definitely wasn't showing this good of conditions even into yesterday. But I do think that tomorrow could definitely make up for today's flash flooding events that's been going on. And then as you get into Thursday as well, Thursday not really bringing up much on Thursday either. In terms of temperature, let's wait for the temperature thing to load here. But while the temperatures are loading, please hit the like button and subscribe button if you have not already as we wait for this to load. Again, it's free. I'm giving you free weather content for you to hit 2 buttons. That's all I need you to do. Just hit 2 buttons and you get free weather content. That's all you need to do. And even if you don't hit it, you still get it, but still, it would help me out. And all you have to do is hit 2 buttons. That's it. So here's low temperatures for tonight in San Antonio, around 72, 73-ish. High temperatures tomorrow at around 83. Low temperatures tomorrow at around 71. And then high temperatures into your Thursday going into around 85, 86, 87-ish. Moving over here to Raleigh, North Carolina. Let's move this down here. Going to low temperatures tonight at around 60. High temperatures tomorrow at around 77, 78. Low temperatures tomorrow around 64. And then high temperatures going into around 77, 78, 79 inside of Raleigh. And then in terms of precipitation, let's check that out right now. Here is the forecast in terms of rain for the next 48 or so hours. You can see not really much going on. Yeah, not much at all. Maybe some off and on rain potentially going into your Thursday afternoon. Maybe even a little downpour, but it's not much at all. Going into severe weather for both regions. Let's talk about that right now. Here's excessive rainfall. Obviously, San Antonio has a slight risk of excessive rainfall going into tonight. And as you go into tomorrow, that switches over towards like Houston, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Shreveport, places like that. And then as you go into day 3, that continues again, even in the portions of Mississippi, going through the New Orleans, Baton Rouge region again. Day 4, that ends it right there. And then day 5, nothing for really anybody inside the southeast at all. And then as you move into SPC outlook, honestly, if I was to guess, probably nothing, but we're going to check either way just to make sure. And it seems like nothing, even though Raleigh does have a chance for some thunderstorms on Thursday. So that's pretty much everything that I have for tonight. Let's read these last 2 comments. Let's see. My Aunt Lewis says, good evening, nephew, good evening. And then my cousin Dad says, good evening, Joseph. It was a great day here in Central Texas. Lots of rain. I know you all needed the rain, definitely. Definitely needed the rain over there. Especially, I want to see what that does with the drought conditions, because the drought comes out on Thursday, and it is Tuesday. So we'll see what the drought monitor brings up on Thursday. And I'm honestly surprised for South Carolina, or interested for South Carolina as well, because South Carolina did regain its drought status even after Tropical Storm Debbie completely knocked it out of existence. So we'll continue to watch for that as well. But that's pretty much it for tonight. We just hit 209 subscribers as well, so thank you to the person that just did that, and thank you to whoever shared it to them, or if you just came up from the page, thank you for clicking on the video. But I think that that's it in terms for tonight. So everyone have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday evening, and I will be back tomorrow morning with your Wednesday forecast update. We are almost halfway there.
Hey!